How's it, everybody? My name is Andre Vaden, and I am a Christian biker living in the Middle East. My mission is to disciple men to have a daily word and prayer time and to inspire you to return to the old school values of honor, respect, loyalty, chivalry, and love. This is your weekly vitamin.
How's it, everybody? The coronavirus lockdown is allowing me to post more than just the weekly. So you are hearing my dulcet tones a lot more frequently than once a week. That's either a good thing or a bad thing. I have been really struggling with my microphone setup this week. I bought a very nice lavalier microphone, but it turns out that lavalier microphone is so good that it's super sensitive. And I just can't set the gain on it down a little bit. So I have fabricated my own thing, and we will see how it works. This all came about because my previous microphone that worked so well was a rigid microphone that I could plug into the housing or into the microphone adapter of the GoPro and then just bend it around under my helmet, under the face part of my helmet. Somehow that bending too many times, microphone doesn't work anymore. And it wasn't a very cheap microphone, so, and with the times now, I've been put on reduced hours. I'm only being paid 5 hours a day instead of 8 hours. It equates to a 40% reduction in my salary, which it's not easy, I'm not going to lie. It does not make me happy. But at least I still got a job. I'm a manager for Saudi, for a IBM representative in Saudi Arabia. It's a very big company. It's $250 million a year plus revenue. But even we're struggling. We've got some cash liquidity problems, which has necessitated the CEO to institute these practices. Now, they're asking us to still work the full hours, to still put in an 8-hour day, but they're only going to pay us for 5. It's some legal gymnastics, because they are not by law. They cannot reduce your salary. The only way they can do it is reduce your hours. And initially I was really angry about it. I thought, no man, how can you expect me to still, because that was a bit of a bump. I don't work 8 hours a day. I consistently put in a 12 to 14 hour day. I know that's not a lot for some of you, but for me as a manager, I put in a lot of hours. But then I realized Yeah, I've worked for this company for 19 years. They have looked after me really well. My salary has never been late. They have given me bonuses and they've taken care of me. They have enabled me to put my kids through university in America. So now when tough times are coming, instead of laying off a lot of people, they are asking us all to come together as a team and support the company that's been supporting us. Makes sense to me. And it's exactly what I've been telling all the people that report to me. Let's pull together in this time. We will come out on the other side stronger. And that's just my work. There's a bigger part of this. As a society, we need to start looking at that as well. Too many people are too involved in their own wants and desires and rights. Now, I am not a socialist by any long shot. I don't know what to call myself, but I don't believe in big government. I believe in communities. I believe we need to take responsibility for ourselves. We don't need a government to fix things. The only government I really would like is God's, because his government is perfect. Human government, not so much. I'm pretty much for the individual to do and work and do his own things, but God is a triune God. He is one. But he is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And that is all about relationships, community. And I think we need to, in this time, just like my team is doing for our company now, we need to buck together. We need to buckle down and work together as a community. And what is good for the community right now seems to be to socially distance ourselves for a while, to look after the weaker, the more vulnerable in our community, to make sure that we, the stronger ones, the ones less prone to this virus, don't give it to the ones that are at risk. So sometimes we need to, and it's not giving up your individual rights. As far as I'm concerned, it's me choosing. It's no one forcing me to do this. It's me choosing to do this. A socialist would say you have to do it and we will lock you up if you don't. I'm saying no, don't force me to do anything. I will go to the Bible and I will see what the Lord says about the situation. Because the Bible is a living document. It can be used for edification, education, reproof. And at the moment I'm reading the Gospels. And what is the biggest, single most thing in the Gospel? For me, it's the sacrifice that Christ made. And secondary to that, the Gospels are showing us how to live. And Jesus he always thought about the good of other people. So much so that he allowed them to hang him up on a cross. So no matter what you think about the conspiracy theories out there, no matter what you think the truth of the matter is, I want you to just give a little bit of thought about the vulnerable in our society, in our communities. And maybe just put your own ego aside for a while. Put your own wants and desires away a little while and say, you know, in this time, I'm going to think about the community. I'm going to think about other people first. And I'm going to be responsible. I'm not in lockdown. Bahrain has not locked down anything. What they have done is closed the shops for a while. The only ones that stayed open were groceries and garages, you know, essential things, medic. And they're saying don't go to the doctor if you don't really need it. Because, you know, there are a lot of people that go to the doctor for a sniffle. Anyway, I digress. And a lot of people were fine with that. And then the numbers showed that masks, wearing masks, seems to have a positive effect on this virus. It seems to halt the spread. It seems to slow it down. So everybody said, please wear a mask. And because people were thinking, I don't want to look like a fool, I'll not wear a mask. I tell you what, the first time I wore a mask voluntarily to the supermarket, I felt like an idiot. My wife and I and about 4 other people in the grocery store, it's a big hypermarket, were the only people wearing masks other than the people at the tills, the packers and stuff like that. And I felt like an idiot. But my wife said, look, the numbers point that wearing a mask helps with the spread. It helps to contain this virus. I said, okay. I'll put my pride in my pocket and I'll wear a mask. 3 days later, the government said, okay, you don't want to wear masks on your own. The law now is if you leave your house and you don't have a mask on, you'll be fined. Do I agree with that? No, I don't think so. Do I see the reason for it? Yes. Because not all people are putting others above themselves. Some people are still putting themselves first. And I'm saying, please, let's count others as more than ourselves. Let us do and follow the example of Christ. You know, as Christians, that word Christian basically means little Christ. So if we are Christ followers, or if we are Christians, we should behave like little Christs. We should count others as more than ourselves. There will be time to find out where this virus comes from. There will be time to, because I'm not naive. There are people using this current crisis for all kinds of evil deeds, and they're trying to grab power. They are not doing things out of love. They're not putting other people above themselves. They are using these circumstances to enrich themselves, to try and grab power from people. But you know, God says in the Word, it is written that what is happening in the darkness will be shone, a light will be shone on it. I'm paraphrasing something terrible now, but basically it says, what happens in secret will be known. It'll come out. There will be time to find out where this virus came from. There will be time to start apportioning judgment on people. But right now is the time to come together as a community, to come together and say, all right, let me put myself lower on the totem pole right now. Let me place my fellow man up there. Let me help him. Let me protect him. Let me guard him against this invisible enemy. Because that is an invisible enemy. How it got here, we don't know. Right now we're in a fight to contain it. Once we've contained it and overcome, then we'll have to have a look at where it came from and why it came and the motivations behind what's going on. We still have the freedom to choose. But right now I'm choosing to place my fellow man above myself. Take a cut in my salary, tighten my belt, work together to protect the more vulnerable in our society. Because as a Christian, I love people. I don't want to see suffering. It breaks my heart when I see suffering. But I can't help everybody because I'm just a human being. But what I can do is do my little bit, do my small part in this. And if we all do our small bit, that ends up being a big thing. Governments have been placed there by God. And the only time that I can reasonably and rationally see that I need to fight against the government is when they tell me to do something that's not biblical. And right now, no one's telling me to do anything that's not biblical. As a matter of fact, they're telling me to follow the principles of my Lord and Master. We can't do this indefinitely. We need to restart the economies, otherwise, but it will recover. This is not an economy that is weak. The world's economy may be in a bad shape, but American economy, which is the bulwark that the world rests on, I don't care who says what. If the American economy is good and strong, the world does well. And that is, I don't want to go into why this happened yet, because then I might sound like a conspiracy theorist. But we need to restart the American economy, but we need to be smart about it. We can't just willy-nilly open everything up. Maybe we should also take this time to rethink about how we do things. I heard stories that they're seeing fish in the canals in Venice for the first time in I don't know how many first time in a long time. I'm hearing stories that pollution in a lot of cities is getting better. You know, one of the things God told us in Genesis, He created us to husband the earth. He created us to look after things. And once again, we are placing our own needs and wants above the needs of the earth we live on. We need to husband it. I believe the climate is changing. But up until a month ago, I did not believe that we could have that big an effect on it. But I think in the areas where things are all of a sudden getting better because human activity is lessened, I don't think we should stop those activities. But we should look at the effect that we are having in the surroundings around us. Let's learn from this.
Hi, if you liked what you just saw, do me a solid. Go to my YouTube channel, Weekly Vitamin, subscribe to it, like it, and share it far and wide. Thank you.